How long have you been doing the tow truck driving?
I got like 6 years experience in tow truck driving and
But this particular job with AJ Towing,
8 months.
8 months. How is it then that 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, you got pulled over for having no license?
Didn't know out the blue. I didn't know I had a failure to appear from 2019. So by being COVID coming around, they sent my case to the state without me knowing of a court date. So that's how I was. And I was doing body work down in Clayton County. Just so happened to come back home for work and found out that my driver's license was suspended.
What's the status now?
I haven't.
It's back?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I got it back the next 2 days.
Okay. Did you just owe a big fine, or what did you have to do to get it instated?
Yeah, I owe $350, but they just reinstated it.
But you still have to pay the $350?
Yes, sir.
And then the Clayton County case that's open, how old is that?
They were right a week behind each other, a couple days behind each other.
Both were in July.
Yes, sir. When I found out my driver's license suspended, I was trying to get back down and make money so I can get them off on the suspension, because I know it wasn't nothing like that, like as far as my driver's license being.
Okay. All right. In your household, do either of the kids live, the 20-year-old or the 2-year-old?
Yo,
2-year-old? Okay. And what county do you live in?
Ford.
All right. Tell me what you know about first offender. It's okay if you don't know anything about it, but
Not too much.
so if I sentence you as a first offender, it means you don't have a conviction. You will have a sentence, but it's what we call first offender probation. So if you are looking to change jobs or do whatever, and you have to fill out a form, and one of the questions is, are you a convicted felon? The truthful answer is no, I am not, because this is not a conviction. It's the sentence that if you successfully complete, then it can come off your record. So you get one try at first offender. That's the benefit, is it's not a conviction. That helps with work if you want to go to school, anything like that.
Yeah.
It carries a risk. You're pleading to 3 counts of burglary in the second degree, which if I stacked them, you'd have 15 years exposure. If you don't do well on first offender probation, by that I mean if you get arrested again for anything, whether it's driving on a suspended license or breaking into CSX rail cars or helping Mr. Lemons break into CSX rail cars, then we get back together and I can think about taking away your first offender status. And without a trial, you'd have a hearing, but not a trial. I could resentence you up to 15 years, 3 times 5. And then you would have a conviction and you'd have a much longer sentence. And I share that with you just so you understand the risk or the downside of first offender. If you are pretty sure that you aren't going to be getting into much serious trouble between now and 5 years from now, then first offender makes a ton of sense because it keeps your record pretty clean. But if you're not so sure what life is going to be like over the next few years, first offender could be a gamble. You need to make that decision, not me. Do you feel like you better understand what first offender is?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to be sentenced as a first offender?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. You have questions about anything else that we discussed?
No, sir.
Mr. Jones, oh, I have a question. How did you know Mr. Lemons?
I don't know.
So the other defendants in this case, you know any of the, I already met Mr. Wise. He told me why he doesn't know anyone in the case. And then there's someone who wasn't here today, Jarris Talbot. There are 4 people in the indictment. You, Lemons, Talbot, and Wise. You've never heard of any of those people?
Oh, man. I'm saying no, sir.
Okay. You got arrested, though, when these guys got arrested at the CSX rail yard?
I got arrested on the streets. So
Okay.
I wasn't really around anyone.
Okay. One of the guys who's already pled said, look, I knew what they were doing, but they basically paid me, I don't remember the money, I'm gonna make it up. They paid me $50 to basically just be watching to let them know if the police were coming. How were you connected, if at all, to these guys? Didn't even know them?
Not at all. I was just so happened to be parking my car on the backside of the rail yard.
Yeah.
And I was on apartment property. So when the officer did come around, he caught me on the apartment property.
Did you live at the pencil factory loft?
No, sir. Visiting.
Visiting someone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you just happen to be parking at the wrong time?
Yes, sir.
And did you tell the officer, like, I don't even know what you're doing here?
Told him he didn't care about it.
Okay, all right. Is this an offered plea, Ms. Rios? Or you and Mr. Jones? I don't want to get into your private conversations with him. Just,
We can do it under Alfred. I mean, we didn't discuss Alfred based on, but we can do it under Alfred.
we don't have to do it any way other than how you want it to go. I'm just trying to process what Mr. Jones is saying, and that may be different from what he told you. I'm not putting him on the spot. I'm just trying to figure out who knew Mr. Lemons and who didn't know Mr. Lemons. And the fact that he was into body shop and this and that, Mr. Lemons was into working on cars too.
If I could have 1 minute to explain what Alfred is, if he wants to take it.
Sure. Okay. Why don't you check with him?
We would like to move forward and he'll do it under Alfred.
Okay. So, Mr. Jones, an Alfred plea simply means, hey, it's in my best interest to work this case out. I don't want to run the risk of going to trial, and who knows what these other guys would say I had to do with it. And so I'd rather work this out, even though I don't necessarily agree with everything the state says happened. Is that your situation?
Sir.
Okay, then I'll accept it as an Alfred plea. I'll also sentence you as a first offender. I do find there's a factual basis. I'm hearing your version. I've heard some of what the CSX officers had to say as well. And I also find that your plea is knowing and voluntary. Knowing meaning you've understood all the things people have been saying in our conversation, and voluntary meaning on your own with advice of a lawyer. You've decided this is what you want to do. Do you agree with all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm sentencing you pursuant to the Probation Options Management Act, so that while you're on probation, if you have a minor probation violation, like maybe you don't return your officer's call right away or something, you and probation can sort that out. But if it's more serious, you get arrested for anything, you're driving without a valid license, that all comes back to me. Ms. Rios, can someone in my office sign the indictment on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Davis?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Jones, can we sign for you?
Yes, sir.
Done. We will table restitution for now, and I will follow the negotiated resolution, Mr. Jones, sentencing you to 5 years on counts 1, 2, and 3. Those will all run concurrently, and that will be probated. Special condition of probation number 1 is that you complete an anti-theft course. Number 2 is 60 hours of community service, and you need to have completed at least 20 of those in the first 3 months of probation. And number 3, I think if I'm counting correctly, is that you stay away from all railroad yards. But it doesn't sound like you're in the line of work where you'd ever need to be on a rail yard. Okay. And I will set a behavioral incentive date of 8 and 6 is 14, February 6th of 2027. That's right. No, 2028, February 6th of 2028, which is 2.5 years from now. So if you have done everything you need to do and stayed out of trouble and driven with a valid license, then probation can ask me to close out your probation early. All right? Ms. Davis, anything else on behalf of the state?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Rios?
Mayor.
Mr. Jones, Ms. Simpson, who is seated there in the jury box, is with probation. She's going to give you reporting instructions. The probation office for Fulton County is right down the street on Memorial Drive, and you're going to need to be there on a certain day at a certain time. She'll tell you that. Don't miss that, because if you miss it, they just bring me a warrant saying this Jones guy's already up to no good. That's a bad way to start first offender probation. Okay? Mm-hmm. Any questions about anything? This is your chance.
No, sir.
Okay. Good luck with everything.
That hearing had a little bit of everything. We're back with Willie Jones, this time for sentencing, and let's just say this one zigged and zagged before landing where it needed to. Judge McBurney presided with his usual mix of courtroom clarity and low-key wit, but also took the time to unpack some nuance. Mr. Jones, facing 3 counts of burglary in the second degree related to the CSX rail yard incident, initially offered straightforward answers. He's been working with AJ Towing for 8 months, has 6 years of experience as a tow truck driver, and supports a 2-year-old child at home. But things got more complex once the judge started asking about a recent traffic stop, specifically how a guy with that much towing experience ended up pulled over for driving without a valid license just a few weeks ago. Mr. Jones explained that it stemmed from a 2019 failure to appear that got kicked up during COVID, resulting in a suspended license he didn't know about. The good news? He's since reinstated it, though he still owes $350 in reinstatement fees. That's when the court dug deeper. Judge McBurney asked what Mr. Jones knew about first offender sentencing, and after a quick explanation, Mr. Jones opted in. The benefit is clear: no formal conviction if he completes probation successfully. The risk? Any future slip-up, even another license issue, could result in a resentencing of up to 15 years. That risk-reward framing came through clearly, and Mr. Jones confirmed he understood. Then came the real turn. Mr. Jones claimed he didn't know any of the other 3 co-defendants in the case and wasn't even at the scene of the crime. Instead, he said he was parked near the rail yard, visiting someone at the pencil factory lofts, and just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. This sparked a brief back and forth about whether this should be an offered plea, which allows a defendant to maintain innocence while still accepting a plea in their best interest. Ms. Rios checked in with Mr. Jones, and he agreed to proceed under Alford, signaling that while he didn't fully agree with the state's narrative, he didn't want to roll the dice at trial. Judge McBurney respected that and noted that he'd heard competing versions from the defendant and law enforcement, but found enough of a factual basis to move forward. The final sentence? 5 years probation across all counts, running concurrently, with conditions including completion of an anti-theft course, 60 hours of community service, 20 within the first 3 months, and a no railroad yard clause. The court also tacked on a behavioral incentive date, the 6th of February, 2028. Stay clean, stay compliant, and Mr. Jones could end probation early. He'll be reporting to the Fulton County Probation Office, and the judge gave a friendly but firm warning: don't miss that first appointment. All in all, this hearing was a reminder of how layered courtroom justice can be. A defendant can be cooperative, confused, and cautiously optimistic all at once, and Judge McBurney, Ms. Davis, and Ms. Rios managed it with fairness and flexibility. The legal system isn't always cut and dried, and this was a textbook example of that. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.